It's been a long time since I've just like I guess I ramble all the time because it's part of me streaming, playing games while I also like talk out of my ass, as I usually do. But like it's been a long time since I'm just like, hey, I kind of just want to talk. Um, yeah, I'm not necessarily tired because I slept again the whole day, but I am very scared for tomorrow because tomorrow I have to work, and yeah, um, that shit sucks. Well, not real. It's not. It's not. Again, it's not a bad job, and I don't want people to take it as if, oh no, this dude hates his job forever and blah blah blah. Oh, poor thing. It's more like having to wake up early and so on. I don't mind working, but I wish I could do it in my own way, and I wish I could do it in my own schedule, right? So I don't, just do my thing. But there are deadlines and things that I have to do. Today was my last day for my sociology. Holy cow, class. Got my final project grades back, and I'm ending the class with a 100%. Yo, let's go, dude! Congratulations. We stand a smart king. Leroy is the king. Congratulations on your 100%. I was always very good at English, but that was the only thing that I was good at. The rest I was barely putting any sort of effort into it really. So I really cannot relate to that. But I'm very happy to know that you're actually like doing good in classes. Having your own schedule is honestly much better. I wish I could experience that firsthand and then letting you know about that. But yeah, yeah, it's been this whole month has just been a pain in the butt. Christmas is in about 5 days, and is it ain't gonna be pretty around here, and I tried finding an apartment in time for before Christmas, but I could not find it. So I'm gonna be staying here in this room for longer, but like I'm still gonna spend Christmas on my own because family is going out, right? Um they're going out, but everybody's doing their thing. My brother is also doing their thing. It's more of a consensual thing than me being wanting to be left out or they leaving me out. This is better that way. Less fighting, less drama, and so on. But it's gonna be interesting, right? To have Christmas like that. I was hoping to leave, but that didn't come true. Um, Thank you. I love sociology, as people might be able to tell from the shit I talk about. I'm more excited because it means my writing classes are coming up soon, so I'm excited. Yo, so that's awesome, honestly. I'm sure that you're gonna have a great time there, because you love writing. So yeah, if you take a class for something that you love or you like, then you're just gonna always gonna have a fun time. Which I think is the point of going through college and university and stuff like that, right? Like you're doing right now, to have classes and things that you actually enjoy instead of like having to go through maths or whatever other subject that you don't like. I personally never like math classes. um it's better that way. But yeah, I can understand that. And I hope I don't even know why I'm hoping. I know that you're gonna do great in your writing classes as they come up. It's finding subjects and classes that you enjoy, as well as gaining the general purpose tools for most areas. Yeah, like in high school, you have to go through shit that you don't particularly like, but sometimes that happens to be useful. That being said, once again, it will be dope to have classes like way more emphasis in psychology, and uh, you know how to do your taxes and important stuff like that. I have a bug going around me. It's because of my natural glow, as you can obviously tell. But yeah, there he goes right there. I wish you the best, little buddy. I includes a lot of requirement stuff. Yeah, I understand that. College is still plenty of requirements, but you get so much more leeway with choosing things. Exactly. Well, at least That's like the point of it, right? To to have classes that you enjoy and that are gonna serve you in the future. Um, but yes, yes, I understand that. That being said, I went through college for a little while. I went through college for like a year or so, but I was studying business administration. I was not having a fun time, so I dropped out. One day, right? One day, perhaps I can go back to it. Hopefully, but it's just so expensive and so difficult to go to college sometimes that it's like the more that I postpone it, the scarier I get when it comes to like, oh fuck, I actually have to do this eventually, and yeah, right. It's it's hella scary. But yeah, don't study things. Like I think that my advice for people, all in all, whoever might be watching this, young or old, uh, don't rush into things, please, and like choose wisely and take your time before you get in debt or you spend money and time in a subject or a career that you don't want. Like a quarter of my degree is whatever class I can qualify for. Another quarter of it is a general subject area, but I still get to choose the actual topics. That seems fair. Listen, I didn't actually want to start college until I was 24. Take your time and enjoy the journey. It's it's difficult because what happens when you're not enjoying the journey, right? When you're still trying to figure out a way to do it, to do this shit that we call life, right? I think I think that's the thing, right? Like what happens when because I've been trying to put I've been lucky enough to travel and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm just not enjoying vibing, right? Like understanding exactly what I'm supposed to do with life. So yeah, that's I guess that's why also I wanted to give this streaming shit a go because I was like, yeah, let's just see where this takes me and see what happens and see if I can grow a community perhaps and whatever. But it's been tough. It's been truly tough. Gotta figure out where you want the journey to go. Fair once again. Those are wise words, but it's important to note that it is easier said than done. Right? Let's be honest. It's just easier. It's advice that I will give to people that I like. Right? It's advice to people that I will give. That's you sound like me. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Right? Like yeah. One of the reasons it took me so long is money, because I grew up very poor. But I also just had to figure out what I actually wanted to pursue. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like it's such a bad idea to get in debt or to go through like a lot of economic burdens for a career that you don't want, right? You have to keep that in mind and you have to be so careful with your choices. It's just a pain. It's such a pain and it pains me seeing people do it as I did it myself because to me it's such a ridiculous concept that people take that at 18 you have to go ahead and choose. Like you're just 18. The fuck are you gonna be choosing? You should be going to concerts, traveling a little bit, meeting new people from different backgrounds, different ages, and different perspectives, reading books, like shit like that. Why the fuck are you being forced into like you have to choose now? Like you have to choose. You get out of high school and then go, right? Like, all right, it's oh man, it's brutal. People should not have to go through that. And in my opinion, but like I went through it and I know what it feels like. And when people tell me that they're going through it, I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. Like I'm so very sorry. Like, and I wish that things were easier for you and yeah, right. But like for some reason we are accustomed to that, right? We are accustomed to it, like Like you wake up, you are born, you wake up, you go to school, then you go to high school, then you go to college. Yes, yes or yes. Like there is no choice, and there are choices, right? Just be careful with your, you know, think about it. It's very much a struggle with balancing that actual choice as well as money and social pressure. Exactly. Like I've met so many people who are proud of what they're studying just because they think that what they are studying gives them a status, and it's like, well, yeah, but like you can be successful doing something that you enjoy, and that gives you more of a peace of mind, right? Like not peace, but like peace and love, right? Like it's better to feel at peace with who you are and what you are rather than, oh, I have to study medicine because I want to be a high society member, right? Because that gives me prestige and people respect doctors, and it's like, well, yeah, but like it's an oversaturated field, first of all, and second of all, um, do you really want to? Do you really think that is a good idea to study that just because people told you to do that, not because it's your passion? Like I've met people who are scared of blood, like they see blood and they faint, and then they go and they try to become doctors, and I look at them and I'm like, you know, I don't know how that's gonna work. If you beat your fear going through classes, more power to you. Honestly, more power to you. I'm bless you. Um, go at it, do it. But if you're still scared of blood while you're a doctor, you know, you, it's like, oh, if you're a teen and you're scared of blood, or you don't like dealing with people and you want to be a doctor, it's like, huh, what happened here, right? What got you to that conclusion? And they're like, ah, well, I just my mother told me that I needed to be a doctor to be the pride and joy of my family. And oh, I wish you the best, and I hope that you truly hope that you become very happy with that. I truly do. But it's a scary situation to be on. Like you have to do something because somebody else told you. And it's the same thing that happened to me. I wanted to study to be a writer, a psychologist. I ended up studying to be as an accountant, and then later an business administrator. And it's not really my thing. The whole student loan business is so predatory to young adults because they don't really know better, and they're heavily pressured to go right into college. That's what I'm saying. I wish that more people would just like think about it. Just take your time. I beg of you. I wish that instead of rushing into anything, just, and this comes from a place of sympathy and empathy, and this is not me being jealous of my peers because somebody is my age and graduating already. I don't know if they're happy. You can have a title on your hands and just not be happy, right? You can have money and just not be happy. And I'm not speaking in a very happy place, right? Like, hey, right? Because as I said, my life is kind of like a mess right now. but it would have been better if I didn't rush into picking a career and then having to drop out. Just saying, right? Like you saying, if I didn't complain about my shift every day, then my life will be happier and I will have less pressure. I'm just throwing that out there. And I'm not like, again, I'm happy for the people who found their thing already and they graduated already. They have a high paying job already. Bless them. Right. And I wish you the best if it is your thing, but if not, I still wish you the best. But like, I hope that you find your way eventually, right? Like little you have a bit of a um road here, but there are many crossroads. So you can go there, you can go there, you can do many things. Find whatever makes you happy, but pursue it without fear. Walk unafraid, you know? Very much agrees, and that kind of advice applies to all aspects. Love and accept yourself for who you are, what you love, and what you aspire to. Yeah, that much is true. I talked about this with another viewer that showed up one day when I was playing Autobits, I think. Um, the bug is back. but it's right there. Um, she was talking about putting herself out there again, and I was like, see, there he goes right there. But come on, buddy, please leave. I don't want to kill you. Like you do not belong in my society. Anyway, he wants to steal. He wants to. Yeah, it's a small little thing that goes flies around light. Right there you go. So I'm just trying to get it away from the camera, but I wanted. I don't know why it wants to say hi. Yeah, yeah, go down there. That's fine. I don't want to kill it. I just want it to be happy and to leave my room. Um, but anyways, I was talking about this with a viewer, and he's like, I was like, yeah, I think that the problem that I had with the idea of putting people out there immediately after a breakup is that you're quite simply not ready, and that you should spend time alone, right? I don't know why people have troubles getting this through their head. I myself have had it in the past, but I don't know why. Right? I know I had that issue before. I'm not saying that I'm a saint and I do everything perfect and correctly. All I'm saying is that I've had it in the past, and I don't know how I managed to get through it. But I think that it's very important to first of all accept yourself, because otherwise you're always gonna be thinking, "Oh, I'm not enough. I'm not enough for whoever I'm dating." Or you're always gonna be giving the extra mile to somebody when that person doesn't really give a fuck, or they mistreat you and you go back to them because once again there is no acceptance of you. So how do you accept yourself? You have to spend time with yourself to build yourself up, so that when people ask you like, "Hey, tell me about yourself," you have something to tell. I've met so many people that are beautiful, 100%. They are beautiful, wonderful, wonderful looking. Then you sit down and you start talking, and you talk, and they have nothing to say, nothing to add to a conversation, nothing to. And sometimes I'm thinking, sometimes they be my age, sometimes they are younger, sometimes they are older than me. It doesn't matter really, because then you start thinking, this person maybe hasn't spent enough time with themselves to know each other, to know themselves better. uh this does not happen in like, oh, because I don't want people to think, oh, you're the problem because you're the only one who's speaking. It's more like it's a two-way conversation, but even though they speak, they have truly like nothing to add. You know what I'm saying? When people pretend they understand a subject just to like you, right? That's what I'm talking about. Not them staying silent forever, but like speaking without having anything to say. You're like, hey, maybe this person is just doesn't know about the subject. Maybe this person just don't know themselves better, and they don't know what to say when you're like, yeah, so tell me about yourself, right? Like, what do you have to say? What is your favorite place to travel to? What is your favorite music? What are your favorite lyrics? What are your favorite artists? Can you talk about that? Or do you just listen to whatever is on trend? Do you just go to the places that are on trend? Have you ever traveled by yourself or with another person? Have you ever tried something new, right? What is the craziest shit you've ever done, and so on, right? But yeah. Anyway, let me read chat for a second. Yeah, some people found something that they really enjoyed right off the bat, but a lot of people are just pressure or pinned into something that stresses them. That was talking about I was talking about the professions. Yes. Once again, if I know nothing about a lot of people, right? So if you are one of those persons, and you're like, yeah, um, I found what I wanted as soon as I wanted to. Congratulations. Honestly, just congratulations. I am gonna applaud you, and I'm gonna say, hey, you did it. I wasn't able to. I know many people who wasn't able to, but you are the exception to the rule, and I respect it. But the problem is when people pretend, right? Like, yeah, I found something. Really, not really, right? And but they just pretended, and then they happen to be super 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 upset with their decision. Is that really sucks? Very much so. People need time to heal individually and to adjust to the life, the change of not being with that person. Exactly, right? Like, To me, it's a red flag when I'm trying to meet somebody or when I'm trying to date somebody. To me, it's a huge red flag when somebody's like, "Oh, so I just got out of a relationship, right?" Um, what do you mean, just? Oh, just 2 weeks ago. Ah, so you're just trying to fill a void, right? That's what I think. I don't think it's cool. And sometimes they be, and this happened to me for real, right? Like on the first date, they were like talking about their exes, right? And I left. I was kind. I dropped her off to her house and left. I got a message later on, and she was like, "So when are you gonna meet later? Like, eventually, right, for a second day?" And I was like, "Don't take it the wrong way, but there's not gonna be a second date." And I was like, and she was like, "But why?" Blah blah. And I was like, "Well, because you're speaking too much about your ex, and I think that you need time to heal." And she was crazy about that. She blocked me on WhatsApp and on Instagram, and she did not want to know anything about me. And I was like, well, I just don't have time to deal with your shit. I'm not a psychologist. I want to, but even if I was, I will charge you for this. I am not here to, I'm sorry, but I'm not here for your personal healing, right? I'm so sorry, but that is something that you have to deal with yourself. I don't want to be caught in the middle with so much debris and things falling off from the fucking sky, right? And fuck, no, please. It's like, no, I don't want to go through that. Are you insane? I have so much shit to deal with myself. And like, yeah, okay, let me go ahead and bring somebody else to this mess, right? Oh, okay, all right. Um, Honestly, I've known so many people that are so afraid of silence. But silence is where I learn to understand things myself. What I want, what I enjoy, the things that's part of my imagination inspire me to sing. Say that is wonderful, and it's wonderful to have it. Um, but only if you do it alone, that's great. If you do it with somebody else that you just met, it's gonna be awkward. But if you do it with the right person, is silence is gonna be wonderful. You're gonna be able to have silent moments. Um, and it's gonna be really cool, right? The most important relationship you have is the relationship you have with yourself. There's a phrase here in Spanish. I don't know how to say it in English, but it's like it when people are mad with other people. But I think it's kind of true. Yo nací solo, viví solo y moriré solo. Which is people say when they're mad to their partner or something like that, which is I was born alone, I will live alone, and I will die alone, and now doesn't matter, right? Like doesn't matter what people think, doesn't matter what people do, blah blah blah. But in reality, it's not that far away from the truth, is it? We're gonna be alone for quite a long time, and I think that the worst thing in the world um would be to find yourself feeling alone with company, right? Let's say that I had somebody right here with me, and I was not having that, was not having fun with that conversation and that person and that company. I will feel alone, but I'm still wasting my time, my um, perhaps even my money. I'm still wasting resources. Why am I? Why are you here, right? Like if perhaps we don't get along, you're not. What do we do, right? Imagine that. That would suck. I don't want that. I don't want that. Honestly, my last long-term relationship ended in 2018, and while I'm okay, I'm not really interested in actively dating just yet. See, but that's because it takes maturity to say that, right? And it's little by little I want this, or little by little I don't want this, right? But like, yeah, um, I want a partner, not a psychological test subject. See, that is exactly that. Those are my thoughts when people are like, yeah, right, like. Yeah. Hold on, wait a second. I can change this. Yeah, something like that. Deep talks. Anyway, yeah, like imagine, having to deal with a psychological patient in your relationship because they have not healed many things. And I can understand going through certain drama, an accident, the loss of a of a person that you really like in your family or so on, and I can be there for you. But I cannot be there for you if you have not healed your ex, right? Because that's I that always happens to be like this. People go ahead and they help somebody who has not gotten over their ex, and then after that they heal, they think that they're okay, and then the ex calls, and then they go back to the ex, and then the person who helped heal or at least make them feel better, it gets left to its shit, right? But let's be honest, that's not even like an uncommon thing to watch happen. So yeah, right? Like, why are you putting yourself through that? Just let them be, and if they want to go back and have a whole mess, then so be it. Like, good luck, right? Like, just good luck, and bye bye. Why do I have to be caught in the middle, right? I love the phrase, the nací solo, viviré solo, y moriré solo. There's an element of healing that a partner can provide and should provide in a lot of circumstances. But a partner is not your therapist. When someone starts treating their partner like a therapist, it's an abuse of the relationship. Exactly. Exactly. I feel like many people don't understand the idea of a 50-50 relationship. For some reason. Um, I don't know why. Um, but it's like I feel like many people are ready to take away from their partners rather than give as well, right? Like you can take away. You can take away from me. That's okay. But what, like, can you give back something? I'm not saying like let me put it into context, right? Like I'm very open about my mental health. So for example, I go through anxiety and I go through depression as well. So let's say, right, let me just say that perhaps my partner is going through a very difficult moment in anxiety, and I stay there. I provide my support. I do not become a psychologist because I'm not even prepared to do that. But I go ahead and I provide my support. I stay there, and if they need space, I leave. I help them breathe in, breathe out, whatever you may need. Remind them to eat because sometimes you do not take care of yourself when you're going through that. Okay. Um, you help looking for solutions for problems. You travel to wherever they might be. Okay. You do all that, and then perhaps me myself, I make a mistake. I make I make a mistake due to anxiety, perhaps. um i I start doubting the relationship for some reason, and perhaps it's not me talking, it's anxiety talking. And I've talked about this before with my partner. Okay, we are clear that I go through this sometimes, and that they go through this sometimes. Okay, so I provide my support and I help them. But then when I go through something like that myself, they leave, or they don't know how to handle it. And it's like, wait a second, what happened here? Right? What happened with the support that I provided? I gave you, you take away from me a lot of energy, perhaps even money or resources for me traveling to where you needed to be, and then leaving because you needed space or blah blah blah, whatever it may happen. Food because you forgot to eat or you didn't have the energy to cook, whatever. Because I know what it is to go through that. Um, Searching for solutions such as a psychologist that you can go and afford and blah blah blah, right? And a solution for the situation that is causing you anxiety. And I provide my support and I stay there should you need me to. And you go and I go, okay, that's fine, because that's my duty as a partner. That's how I see it, right? Because I will be a shitty person and a shitty boyfriend or a shitty whatever, um, whatever you may want to call me. That's once again assuming that we are in a relationship for sure, not that we just started talking or something like that. Okay, I do all of that, and then I go through something like that, and then bye bye. Like seriously, or you're just mad? Like I'm asking for a little empathy and sympathy. All right, and that's I'm like, can you just give me back that support? Talk to me when I need reassurance, right? Or travel to my place instead of yours this time, please. Or call me, and because like I took time out of my job to call you, right? Like, can you please call me because I really need the support to help the company. Or yeah, and it's, some people just don't really understand that. And I I don't get why. It's like, why are you so ready to take away from somebody and you don't recognize the sacrifice that they are doing? But as soon as that person needs your help, you go away immediately. And what happened there? What happened to a 50-50 relationship? I'm asking for a friend, really, right? Like, I'm asking. Because what happened there? Okay, anyway, hold on. Let me read chat again. And when a person takes on that role of therapist for their partner, it's not the same kind of thing. And it's not a relationship, it's a draining experience. It will absolutely burn everything out, especially when it's taking too long. Yeah, exactly. A partner's purpose is support. A therapist's purpose is a plan. Okay, that's fair enough. Not non-reciprocity. Reciprocity. What? That non-reciprocity. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. In relationships grosses me out because it's such a deep abuse of what an intimate relationship is supposed to be. I mean that you're talking about that, about them not giving back. I'm sorry if I could not pronounce that. But yeah, exactly. Right? It's insane how many people, once again, how many people are just ready to take away from people and not understand that, okay, I understand, I can understand, I can be on the same level as you are. I I can see you as my equal, and I understand that perhaps you go through something that you know that you don't like, or that is making you be sad, or that you have depression, or that you go through this and that. Okay, I'm a be there. Well, why can you not be there for me when I have to go through that? Right? I'm just saying. I don't know why that doesn't happen. Right? It's crazy. 50-50 relationships are a crazy concept nowadays for some reason. Reciprocity, the concept was something being reciprocal. Uh-huh. That's what I figured. When something goes back and forth, etc. Okay, okay. You pronounce it well enough. I knew what it meant, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. But yes. Yes, you are correct. But yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why people behave the way that they behave and um have such a hard time giving back, right? But yeah, I guess only when you're on the other person's shoes, you understand the sacrifice that they make to be there for you, right? And yeah, yeah, yeah. People are just frustrating. Yeah, that's why you need to be alone, because if you like yourself enough, you start putting, like, in my opinion, you start putting like your standards way up, way higher. And if you put your standards higher, not anybody can enter your world. And if you do that, then that is a personal victory, honestly. Congratulations on that. And if you have high standards, then you can become like picky with your friends. You can become picky. Hello, Bug, again. You can become picky with your family, sure, you need to, because perhaps somebody from your family, even though they are blood, you can be blood with somebody, but they can still hurt you, right? So if you need to leave, do so. And you can be picky with your relationships as well, right? Very important. In a lot of those cases, a person is just not mature enough or aware enough of the situation to be aware of healthy practices when they're being destructive. Yeah, that much is true. But it's crazy how I've tried, even like older people happen to just not be in touch with their relationship, with their feelings at all, and with somebody else's feelings at all. It's crazy. Shit's crazy, dude. I don't that you'd expect more maturity from people who are in their late 20s slash early 30s, and it's insane. So it's like, okay, right, what the fuck, all right. um Whether it's self-destructive or generally destructive to everything, or just destructive in one facet of life. I'm talking about, yeah, the fact of not being aware, okay, or mature, as a matter of fact. Absolutely yes. I will never start advocating for the power of choosing family. Me neither. The only thing my blood family knows that my chosen family doesn't is what I was like when I was a kid. Yeah, you know, for example, I don't get along with my father, and it's because of many. Excuse me for a second. Back better, yes. Um. Uh. Yeah, my family, my father. Not even things that I've done. Not even me being rebellious. Sometimes it was just an abusive relationship, and um abusive in many ways. And you know, you I really cannot take responsibility for what happened there, so I just decide to walk away, right? And yeah, it's just a pain. It's a pain because I know that he was as abusive as he was to me, or even worse with my brother or with my mother, but somehow some way they just accept it, and they be like, oh, to bring peace to the household, you just have to accept the way he is and hide. If he starts yelling or being violent, and he's like, that doesn't go well with me at all, right? And I've had to call the police and so on, and so be it. I'm not gonna let people any like I'm not gonna feel unsafe in my own home, right? That's why I also wanted to move out and then make this video and stream to talk about this more openly, but sadly I've not been able to. Hopefully I will soon. That's the best thing to do. And then when you count on your own terms. Yeah. And even if you happen to live in the same um building, perhaps, um just cut them off. Do whatever you can. Pay for your own shit and just keep moving. Do not let anybody step over you. Honestly. But anyways, yes. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. It was hard to really talk about my issues with my father when I lived with him. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt for sure. But yeah, yesterday I didn't have like a very nice stream in my opinion, so I was going through it. I've been, I just want to remind people that as well to this video and to this stream, the streamer is still a human. Please treat him like a human. Treat people like not even talking about me. Yes, I'm talking about me, but also like talking about whoever you may also watch. Remember that they may be going through it. Do not, do not, you know, be mean to somebody. Do not look up their personal information or their personal lives. If they don't want to share that, then please respect that. And you know, just be nice. Being a nice person is it really that hard? I don't think so. Showing good vibes, respecting people's privacy, respecting people's decisions is is always a good thing, and um, just behaving nicely is not hard. My rules are very long in the chat room, but I can just like legit like resume them as just don't be an asshole and you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people have issues with following rules or me correcting them from time to time. Like, hey, I know you're a long time chatter and I like you a lot, but can you please stop doing that? They're like, they oh, so now you hate me and blah blah. And like, no, I'm just correcting you. But yeah, I was looking for a bit before I passed out. Yeah, I think I saw you in chat. But yeah. Don't worry about it because I do be streaming kind of late. But yeah, just be nice and like, yeah, I don't understand. Something that I'll never be able to comprehend is why people always be looking for drama somehow, some way, or the way that they be like, Okay, so we don't have enough. Like sometimes it flatters me, but it's also really creepy. The way they be like, oh, we don't have enough of you on stream, so let me go ahead and look you up to see what I can find, to see if I can find your personal information or where you work, something like that. I'm like, do you just want me to get fired? Maybe, like, do you want to connect my personal life with my streaming life just because reasons? Just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just if you want me to stop paying bills or something like that, just say it so that I can ban you, right? Like I'll never understand that. That those type of people are just creepy, and you could legit just, god damn it, you could just be nice and accept that this space is a safe space for you to talk and for you to express yourself in a very cool way, but like with respect, right? Sometimes it can be misguided admiration, but for the most part, it's just no. It's just, yeah, yeah. It was a tough moment. But yeah, um, but yeah, I just wanted to say, and just it's nice to talk. It's nice to vent, and it's nice to just connect, and yeah, respect privacy. The information we're given here is the extent of information we need. Yo, let me go ahead and snipe that out. Yeah, that is a great comment in chat. Go ahead and send it in on chill in chat. Just saying that. And thank you for that. But thank you for understanding, and yeah, just saying, right? That like every streamer that you watch is still a normal ass person, and everybody deserves respect. Please show it. Just again, there's, I don't, I'll never understand why there has to be always a protagonist in chat. I think it's part of the struggle of being a small streamer. You're always gonna get somebody who's like, hey, hey, look at me, right? Like, instead of like vibing with the rest of chat and being nice. This is why I took away the chat box, by the way. I used to have a chat box on my, right here, right there. Now it's gone because people, and I used to have it there also, like, you know, there. Because people used to say the most inappropriate shit to get attention, because it was on the screen. I was like, okay, so let me take away the toy because, just god damn it, dude, why? Just you could just be nice and be around the rest of the community and get along. And I know that is a small community. Why do you have to? Why do you have to be the main character in chat? If would you like to be a main character, go stream. Do not self promote, by the way, but stream. And I hope that you have a great time. You don't need to come back, honestly, right? And but no, right? So I ended up banning people and doing shit that I didn't want to do. And there's only room for one main character here. No, it's not me claiming the main character thing. Is me saying that if you want protagonism, but you don't want it to interact with me in a respectful manner, but you want it to uh talking awful shit on chat, or antagonizing me, or revealing private information, or um making awful sexual predatory comments like that, and or sending hate bots, those all of those things that I just mentioned, in my very short period of streaming and my very small community, very small community, I've been able to experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, god, like, just why? You could be a main character, like right now, like Leroy, right? Who provided me a reading for him from him for me to read in on stream, and I gave him credit. Or you could be a main character, like being super nice and having a conversation with the streamer, or you could just be an asshole, and that's just gonna get you banned. And the small spawn of attention that you got for 5 seconds It's gonna be gone. It's like, what type of life are you carrying to be that person? I'll never understand, right? When I was in a community leader for a Minecraft group, our owner was underage. I had a brother who was even more underage. Oh, there was this guy who just refused to stop looking up info on both of them. That's such a ban, straight up. Like, Jesus. Because Minecraft, this is why I don't stream Minecraft also. Minecraft is just for, it's mainly the same for Roblox, right? It's like for kids. So if I was to stream then at Fortnite, for example, as well, if I was to do that, imagine me like trying to lead a community filled with underage people. I don't know how I will handle that because I cannot make the jokes that I make or the comments that I make without feeling uncomfortable. And yeah, right. That's why, you know. But it's some people are just weird. Why do you have to look up shit? Um, if you want to belong to that community, knowing that, fine, okay, whatever, it's your choice, but respect them either way, right? Like Twitch allows people who are underage to stream. If you want to belong to such a community, don't be creepy. Just be there and check the vibe and be nice to them, and that's it. Why do you need more? But it doesn't matter if you're underage or not. What do you need more of me? Or do you need more of anybody else? Right? You don't. You truly just don't. Just I'm just a guy, and people are just being people. I was joking that I was the main character. Yeah, it sucks. You're being poked and prodded to have to ban people. There is a manifestation of the middle age mentality where people only get their serotonin from pulling other people down. Exactly, right? Like, let me show up and be an ass in chat so that the streamer goes through an uncomfortable moment. Why? Do you think that there's not gonna be consequences? Sometimes I feel like I've been too friendly with chat and I don't want the friendliness to end because I want to build a community. But sometimes people do be earning punishment, or punishment sounds awful, but like, actions taken on them. And you know, sometimes if you take one, how could you do this? I've had some people who have been timed out or banned. No, banned no, but timed out, and they take it super nicely. They're like, I'll never do it again, and then never do it again. Then there's people who are like, oh, so you're correcting me for not following the rules. Let me go ahead and unfollow you and block you because I don't like you anymore. I'm like, okay. I did not even time you out. I only send you a message being nice, telling you, hey, can you please stop this? I'm like, oh no, like you hate me. No, I don't. I was just sending you a message. Like I just ask you nicely to follow the rules that I have in very well typed out. Right? Like, come on. Is that sort of well, I want to bully people because that's all I know, and how it makes us with will with well, I can bully people because nothing really bad is gonna happen to me. Exactly, and yeah, just again, this isn't even half of it because imagine, me being a girl, like the amount of attention that girls get on the internet, so like so unwanted and creepy, right? Like I honestly, I'm not seeing like half of it. I don't want to put down my own experiences, but like I understand that, you know, it's insanity. Be like putting yourself out there on the internet is insane, and yeah, is I don't get it, dude. It's one of the main drawbacks of the anonymity of the internet. Being anonymous in the internet. Personal punishment is minimal and often only happens in groups, places where you're not invested. Yeah, yeah, 100%. I hate the power that people feel when they are anons. I hate it. It's insanity. The kind of reaction is always frustrating because it's really not about them. It's not about. It's never. I never correct people as an attack, as a personal attack or a personal vendetta. I correct them because I want them to enjoy chat and community, but I also want to enjoy myself, chat and the community. So Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, women have to put up with so much shit. Yeah, for sure. In my opinion, LGBTQ community go through more shit than women on the internet. I think that it's equal, or I don't know. I think that women go through it way more. Like I've been through chats that maybe I join a small female streamer and they're like they're playing fucking I don't know Zelda or something like that, and then chat will be like just creepy about it, just saying super outfits or whatever, and they become stalkers, or it's or they go to the Discord and they start spamming saying that they have nice eyes, or can you show me your blah blah blah. It's jeez. It's hard to really compare on the full scale, but from my own perspective, women have to go through more on a wider scale. Yes, I think that much is true, in my opinion. But maybe I could be wrong. I will be down to be corrected. Right. I'm very happy to be corrected. Um, but yeah, just saying, right? Like, yeah, just again, just be. I don't know why people have an issue with being nice. Like, I'll never understand. Um, but yeah. Um, just be nice. Once again, just remember that whoever you talk to on the internet, they are persons too, and yeah, like it ain't that hard. Well, the one people who harass women on the internet have no life or job or both. The people who harass anybody on the internet, really, right? Like you don't need to. Women go through more shit, but you don't need to be a woman to be harassed on the internet. I'll never understand that. Honestly, you have to be really unemployed and really don't have any friends to do that. Like you really have to have nothing in your life going. You have to go through the abuse of a patriarchal society to begin with, and the autism that comes with that. It's just them being discouraged from gaming, from speaking up, or having interest in other things, as well as the sexual and personal harassment that can be found everywhere. This is interesting because when I grew up, I thought that I was taught that to assume that everybody on the internet was a woman, and why was that? Because well, it was not a very friendly space for women to be on Twitch or on YouTube commenting anything or participating in gaming, for example, right? Like, excuse me, is a different it was a difficult at a different time and a difficult situation when sometimes somebody has enough confidence in me to go ahead and reveal their gender on chat and they happen to be girls. I'm like, yo, that's cool. Not because it's a girl and the yay party blah blah blah. It's more like, wow, so I'm creating a safe space for people to join, and women are finding it like appealing, and that's wonderful. And then somebody shares with me that they are queer, and I'm like, wow, so I'm creating a safe space for also queer people, and that is truly fantastic. So it's like the same with with anybody from different races and different countries. Is like that's I think that's the goal essentially, to make people feel welcome for whoever they are, and for them to be able to show their identity, whatever it might be. But like when I was a kid, that was almost impossible. If you were a woman on the internet, you were gonna get bullied to hell, like with a lot of awful misogynistic jokes, and it was awful. Like for a real long time when I was a kid, I thought that the internet was only mainly for men, and not me being misogynistic or me being thinking like, yeah, that's the way it should be. It was more like, right, like this is not right. Why is it that as you were participating in a forum or a YouTube comment section, somebody happened to be a woman, it was immediate abuse, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I'm saying? Hello, Ardos. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Um, Whereas queer people have to go through targeted instances of the same kind. on top of the human hate speech. Yes, that is true. Especially women feel comfortable to show up and be vocal. People often talk about how they want their communities um to grow, but they never talk about the kinds of people they want to help it grow. Yes, exactly. You have to be aware, right, of what you want to create, and um how you want to behave, and the space that you want and the people that you want around you. Right? Very, very important. Muy importante. But yes, that's my opinion. And sometimes people, whoever may be watching, it's always nice. It's really nice to find out like, hey, this person is from Asia. This person is from Europe. This person is from the US. This person happens to be queer. The person happens to be a woman. This person happens to be to identify better with they them. Wonderful. Come here, be whoever you may be. That's okay. Express yourself as you want to be. Mm, but be respectful also to me, right? And be respectful to anybody in chat. That's all I really ask for. It's insane. That's really all I'm asking for. And it's like, yeah, some people just don't understand that. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the new Matrix game? I've heard about it, but I think that it's only on console. And if it's on PC, I would love to play it, but I think that is only for console. Such a weird change of subject. But yes, I've heard about it. Um, I think that is only for the for the PlayStation and the Xbox, but I have no clue. Pretty much so. That awareness is crucial to building not only a close knit community, but also a building place that fosters personal growth and care. I'm just looking for people who just want to buy with me and the people around me, and that's it, right? And where you may be, you're welcome here. But like, just again, be respectful. It's only for console, yes, but it looks really cool. I need to look it up. I think I have a friend who is gonna play it, but he doesn't stream. But I want to get his opinion. But yeah, I think it's also free, but I have no idea. Um, but yes, I think it's also made on Real Engine. I think like the gaming community and like the internet community is getting better in general. Yes, 100%. Like back in the day, a girl playing an online game and she was immediately bullied. Yeah, people will not be able, like girls will not be able to open the mic on shit like Modern Warfare or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy, and people like normalized it, and it was like, I was always like, this isn't the way that things should go. Why were like guys, right, acting like cavemen every time that a woman opened her microphone? That didn't make any sense to me back then, and now it's like, thankfully we've moved on. I will agree that it's gotten better, but it's still bad. Yeah, it's made on Unreal Engine 5, and I saw the like demo not long ago. It was pretty cool. I need to look it up. It's really too bad that it's on console because I don't have that. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't get it. Like, aren't you supposed to like women? So like treat them better. Yeah, it's you know. Hello, figure. I'm doing fine. Just god damn it. Yeah. Just I'll never understand it. But even if regardless of whether you like them or not, just show respect. Again, it was insanity back then. Thankfully, it's gotten better for sure. I agree for the most part. Nowadays, a lot of negative speech about minority groups is encouraged and is often actively discouraged or just culturally taboo. And it's a nice change. It is. Little by little, we're getting there. I don't know why. It's like when the internet hit, it reset like society. It's for some reason. And then we like people went back to behaving weirdly because of the power of being anon. But now it's gotten better because people have taken responsibility. Twitter used to be so shit. It's still shit, but it's better shit. Now we have to be better. Twitch used to be hell. YouTube used to be hell, right? Like online gaming was impossible. Like, yeah, many things have changed positively, and I'm happy about it. It is a nice change. It's nice to see that yeah, theaters will always be shit. That's why I never used it. Like I understand that. To be fair, hold on. Sometimes it was like when in an online game, you just legit as a woman, you needed to just open the mic, and then people would just go insane. You only needed to say hi. That was crazy to me. Other places where speech is actively harmful or negative are small niche or specific areas of the internet that have gained that historic sense of this is where the people that are shitty go. Well, they sometimes. I mean, that still kind of happens on Twitch. Yeah, exactly. On Twitch, that still kind of happens. It's crazy. I wish that it would stop, honestly. But yeah. Yeah, well, I was just talking like, all in all, just like be nice and be nice in chat, in every chat that you are. And yeah, just um remember that the streamer is always a person. Don't be shitty, please. Exactly. It's such a nice message. Yes, it does still happen, but it has much more weight to stop it. It's still difficult. Who knows where we'll be in 5 years? Hopefully, we'll discover it, or maybe I'll just become uh, a nomad and I'll start traveling from cave to cave and just live there without internet, and I'll be happier. I don't know. Oh man, but yeah. I just watch like 5 to 6 streamers at most. Sometimes I watch way less. Sometimes I just don't have enough time. I wish I had enough time to belong to more communities. Cave to cave, I support it exactly. Let me just go hide and travel around and eat fruit to live and see what happens. Like I say that, but sometimes I say it as a joke. Sometimes I'm like, how has it ever come to you that you're like, hey, you know what will be nice? Taking my shit and just living forever. Just keep running like Forrest and don't look back and yeah, just live with whatever you can. Like that used to be possible. Now it's not. The internet exists and many people are looking for you and depth exists also and so on. But can you imagine just how nice? Sometimes I just be sitting around thinking like, what if I just take a large loan, put it all in cash, buy a plane ticket and just fucking go and and ruin my life forever here, but never to come back. And yeah, it's just an insane thought. But like, can you imagine just disappearing and suddenly in your life? Hey, my name is no longer JD. My name is uh Ricardo Rodriguez. So there you go. Hello, hola, right? And you don't need to know anything about me anymore. And so where did Ricardo come from? I don't know. Fucking Brazil. There you go. Can you speak Portuguese? No, but I'm from Brazil. Fuck it, right? Like there you go. And just can you imagine that? Just leave. Yo, the amount of times I've been tempted to just disappear into the Washington forest. Dude, it's nice to know I'm not the only one. Another rural area is well enough that I could disappear if I wanted. Like imagine, well, into the forest can be pain, but yeah, I am like yeah, right? Like I understand. Just leave and never to look back. And I don't know what happened there. I'ma just leave. I hate that these like misogynistic men that are like, why would I care about women problems? Like they don't concern me, and I'm like, but do they? Because the reason a lot of men are bullied is because of the same ideologies. Like this guy isn't manly enough because they are like women. That is also very true. What do you want to say to me, Tahir? By the way, I see you calling my name. Um, but that is a great point to have. A lot of the shit that we go through as men, as in if I go ahead and speak out about my mental health and it gets taken down or it gets seen as you shouldn't like, talk about it or care about it, is like is because you sound like a woman talking about this. And he's like, no, I sound like a human. I don't sound like a woman. I sound like a human being. Allow me to express myself because you know I need to heal, and the only way to heal is for me to you know express myself and talk about it. Are you insane? I don't sound like a woman. I sound like a human being. Like it's not that easy. I okay, hold on. I went through. This is kind of heavy, but I went through. I'm not gonna touch too much detail into this, but I'm just gonna say I went through singing classes when I was around 20, 19, 20, and I used to have a professor who was 38 years old, and he was openly gay, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Um, I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever, right? Um, and he was teaching me how to sing, but he will sometimes make certain comments that will make me uncomfortable, and I would just like move on from that. But I would try to move on from that. Well, one day he told me that he was. I was like, oh yeah, I know that you like to joke a lot about this, but like, can you stop? Because it's making me uncomfortable from time to time, and it's my limits, right? I get to decide who jokes with me and who doesn't. And he was like, well, I just thought that maybe because of the way that you act and the way that you talk and the way that you move, right? You just cannot be straight. He told me. And I was like, well, I am, right? Like, that's not into question. I know who I am. It was like, no, I'm sure that you at least have to be bi. So that's why I'm flirting with you. I'm like, no, no, like that. This is not how it works. You don't get to decide where I am, right? Can you fuck off with that type of energy? You cannot be straight because of the way that you talk or the way that you move. Are you insane? You're just promoting stereotypes. That you're just promoting what if I told you no? Respect that no, right? It is like, no, I'm not acting like a woman and I'm not effeminate. I'm just being myself. With like this is why I agree with Arthur's point. Like, yeah, uh we go through a lot of shit. Um we go through a lot of shit just because people are like, oh, like, don't act like a woman, because if you act like a woman, then blah blah blah. No, I'm acting like a human being. I get to decide what I want, and that's it. It ain't hard. Okay, hold on. I always relate to the phenomenon La Belle du Beat. I That's French. So yeah, to that desire, I've just become one with the forest. I make a home under the gnarled tree roots. Dress myself in fern leaves and vines. That sounds cool, but I don't think I have the guts to do that. I think I still need like a small like either a cave or something to live on that gives me some warmth. Like if we solve women problems, we are solving also men problems. Yes, exactly. You just can't be straight, but that's your own reason to believe someone's not straight. Exactly. And it was very. I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I feel like that's a better story for another day because I can go into detail then. But it was very scary to be in that position with somebody who had power over me and who will openly joke around saying all types of pervy shit to me. And it's like whenever I talk about this, then people will be like, "Well, why didn't you hit him? Why did you not behave like a true man and just went toe to toe against this he was gigantic. He was like 2 meters something tall. He maybe not 2 meters something tall, but 2 meters tall or something like that. And he was very very fat. Honestly, he was very very big, and I felt like he could take me on a fight, and I didn't want to lose a fight. And I had a couple of physical struggles with him, and for real, because he will insist on like, yeah, let me hug you or let me kiss you. Um, you know, like, and I was like, no, get the fuck away from me. And you can do that with whoever allows you to, but I'm not allowing you to. So fuck off. Simple as that. But it's like, yeah, but if you're a man and you go through harassment or sexual harassment or whatever, you just get cut off straight up, which is insane. Yeah, it is French. Le Beau de Beat means call of the void, which is a psychological phenomena that describes those destructive impulse thoughts. Ah, interesting. Why didn't you hit him? Why do you always solve issues with with violence? People, I swear. Exactly. It was like sometimes when I try to speak out about that, it was always like that. Like, yeah, why didn't you just hit him? Like, because what if I just don't want to be in a fight that I'm probably gonna lose? What is hitting me gonna do other than inside a fight that is not a guaranteed win, inside further harassment because you made first contact? Exactly. So yeah, I was supposed to just like break his nose or something. Like, and imagine me breaking somebody's nose, right? Like that's just funny. At this point in my life, that's just funny. If I was in better shape, right? Like maybe. But even then, why do I have to incur into violence to be respected? Like, can we think about that for a second? I guess that's what I should have asked for people who gave me that awful advice. But yeah. Anyway, that's gonna be. I was like, I'm gonna do a quick just chatting session of 15 minutes. It ended up being 1 hour and 10 minutes long. So that's gonna be it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you for participating. It's fun to have uh, an actual like active chat. I used to do these sessions with an empty chat, a very empty chat. Damn, I'm late as heck. But thank you so much for being here. And I'm sorry that I have to go right now. Um, but I'll hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. It's always fun to talk. And but yeah, I come as I can. I know. Whenever you can, then please come by. But I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.